Around the YouTube, it is Charles here, and I wanted to do something a little bit different for this rare Sunday video. I decided, I'm going to take a day, I'm going to jam a little, and try to come up with a piece of music that I could possibly use for my channel. What you may not know is that the music that I use for this channel, all my content, is music, or for my long form content, is music that I create myself. Mostly on either my tablet or iPad. I do it track by track, instrument by instrument, and I recorded a little bit of myself creating and recording the song that you're hearing in the background right now. The video quality is going to change because this is the main tablet I do my video and audio recording on, and I couldn't do the audio at the same time as the video on the same device, so I had to switch to a different device, and so you're going to be seeing a change in picture quality. But yeah, that's gonna happen right about. I'm gonna start off with some ukulele, probably add some keyboards, definitely bass, a little percussion, finish it off with guitar, and maybe do like a 2-chord vamp with some kind of Caribbean groove, either a 1-drop or a stepper's rhythm. We will see how it goes, but first off I'm going to open my recording app I have here on my tablet, which is why the quality of the video is a little bit different. This is the tablet I usually record with, but I need this tablet for my music. So let's see here, open Studio. I'm gonna start a new track, something lively, about maybe 157 BPM. So I got my track here. Make sure that the metronome is that's a little bit faster than No, let's go a little bit fast. I've been writing too many slow songs. So we're about a little D minor. And let's get started. Okay, so what I did is I laid down a basic rhythm track. I am going to be writing and arranging on the fly. So we have a progression. It's just simply D minor to A minor, and I have about 3 minutes of groove recorded here. You can see the actual recording here. And I may or may not even keep that ukulele track. That's more of a skeleton for what I'm going to layer on top with the bass, with the drums. Since I am primarily a bassist, the main melodies of these groups I put together comes from the actual bass itself. So as you can see here, I got my bass in hand. This is an Ibanez 6-string with the low B and the high C. And what I'm going to do is I laid down the ukulele, so I'm just going to play it back a little bit and mess around with different rhythms. See where it takes me, see what I land on, and see what I like. And then once I get the basic groove established, I want to put with this D minor groove. Then I will go back, lock it in, and record it. So let's get a little playthrough. You won't be able to hear it, but you'll be able to hear the bass. I'm going to juxtapose that upbeat, high tempo with a slightly laid back, very bottom heavy, almost of a swing against. I'm still not sure I'm doing the drums, if I'm going to do a 1-drop or a stepper's rhythm. But yeah, we're gonna get this bass line laid in with that basic and then when So the next step in the process is this thing, a dirt cheap drum pad I got from Amazon.com. This is what I use for all of my recording. Fortunately, with the technology available and the little tricks I've learned on this thing, I can make it sound half decent through EQ and digital effects available on the recording app that I use. So I'm going to plug this thing in, decide on a groove, lay it down. I will not record this part because it is honestly going to sound awful as I'm recording it, but we will clear it up and get it sounding a little bit better in post. So I did the drum rhythm. What I did was a classic one drop drum rhythm, and now I have my keyboard set up. And to be honest with you, to call my keyboard skills shitty would be a compliment. But you don't have to be fancy. I'm going to double the bass line a little bit with that bass line that we created earlier. And gonna do that a little bit and then hit those off beats with the A minor. And then just kind of, after I do that a little bit, establish kind of that theme, I am just going to lay down some chords in a rhythmic pattern. Okay, so what I did is I laid down a percussive type organ track, and I'm going to just put some electric piano chords kind of behind it. They kind of establish the harmony. I'm going to do it in a higher register so I'm not tripping over myself with the notes, and it's just going to be very simple, very basic. And then after that, I'm going to move on to guitar where I'm going to have a little bit of fun. Alright, so as you can see, I got the keyboard put away. I put down a couple of keyboard tracks. I got my old guitar out. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to do a guitar track where it's slightly overdriven. And I'm just going to do a little palm muting along with the organ and bass line. So kind of have a little bit of that reverb and palm muting going on. Done with the process. I'm not sure if I want the main rhythm track to be the guitar, the ukulele, or a little bit of both along with the organ. So I'm just going to lay down a clean rhythmic guitar part that's going to match the first thing I did on the ukulele, and I will decide when I get everything mixed down which I want to keep. But yeah, we're in the home stretch here, so let's get this last part knocked out. So now that I got all the instrumentation out of the way, here comes the fun part. Let me show you here on the app BandLab. These are all the tracks that I just recorded, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to level them out, mix them down, and then I'm going to add a bunch of effects. And so some of the boring plain Jane stuff you heard is going to be snazed up with maybe some echoes, some reverb, some delay effects. And it's going to sound a lot different than what you heard me playing as I was recording. So I'm going to get to this part, and as soon as I get this mixed down, I'm going to be able to switch to my regular camera. So the picture quality should be improving right about. Okay, so we're back on my normal camera, back to the regular quality. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of the process. I enjoy making music. I don't get to do as much as I would like to because of my physical disabilities, but when I can, it's a nice way to de-stress along with my other hobbies like action figures and comic books. And that's what this channel is all about. It is about finding a little peace of mind, hopefully introducing you to a hobby that can give you a little peace of mind and a little smile, as it does me. So you guys stay tuned. I hope you enjoyed this little short video into my creative process. Depends on what I'm writing for. This was just a look into how I create the ambient or intro or exit music for this channel. So I'll see you guys next time. Stay tuned. This week we have new comic book reviews, action figure unboxings, and comic book unboxings. So I'll see you next time.